Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have with us a very new company, a new gold explorer in Nevada. There was an article recently that I shared with some of my guys from Bloomberg about Nevada's next major gold deposit. We have here with us today Max Sally, who's CEO of Barrian Mining, which can be traded as BARI on the TSX Venture. Thank you, Max, for being here with us today and for giving us an introduction into what could be a very big gold deposit in the making in Nevada.
Thanks, Jeff, for having me. Appreciate your time.
Well, you've had an exciting week. I know that you guys just recently presented at a big conference in Vancouver. Talk to us about the recent interest in the gold mining sector and gold explorers, and especially the interest that's coming into Barrian mining. I see there's a lot of smart people that are excited about the upcoming drill program.
So I was recently at the Metals Investor Forum. It's a conference that you have to have a newsletter writer write you up in order to attend. So we were under a guy named Greg McCoach, who's been a very successful newsletter writer, and everyone at this forum was essentially there because they love precious metals. All the companies were essentially gold explorers, near-term producers, silver, and a lot of interest now. The last couple Metals Investor Forums was dead. The market hadn't turned yet for gold, but it was very exciting to see the number of people at this event interested in gold. And so many things are happening. We sat above 1,500 for a while. We're still above 1,500. We're up about 25% for gold in the year. And now people are starting to call me and say, hey, you have an interesting story. Tell me about your new story. And I think what's interesting about Barrian is it's a new IPO. We're trading about 4 months now, and we are drilling. We put out a news release last week. Our stock skyrocketed based on this news. We finished 2 holes on that release, and we're done about 4 holes now. This week will be 4 holes sent to the lab in Reno, Nevada for analysis, and we'll have those results starting in the start of October. So what we have is Carlin-type mineralization that's not in the Carlin trend. It's more in the center of Nevada, but it's got the same characteristics. It's oxidized from surface down into the holes, and it's really exciting for us because the previous drill program in 2016 was hugely successful based on drilling holes just on mineralization from surface. So we shot some geophysics, picked out some priority targets, and that's what we're now drilling. So it's a very exciting time for us as a company because we're going to know in the next month, the kind of grades that we're getting on this Carlin-type deposit.
Yeah, Max, you mentioned that the stock shot up when you announced news about the drilling. I guess what's so many smart geologists and geophysicists are excited about is that you came out with some geophysic results in August. And they're getting very excited about this drilling program and the possible, southern extension. So could you kind of, to people who are new to the story, highlight the geophysics and the work that you guys did going into this drilling program?
So essentially, all the last holes that were drilled were only about 45 meters. The deepest hole was 133 meters, which was one of our best holes, 133 meters of 1.3 grams per ton. Within that, 30 meters of 3.5 grams, all from surface. So what we did is we shot some geophysics, and the whole mountain kind of lit up with potential anomalies. And what it kind of shows us is that these targets could be drilled a lot deeper. So with this drill program, we're going down to about 250 meters per hole, a bit deeper, to test the depths of this mineralization. So we've drilled about 4 holes about that depth, and we'll continue to do about another 4 holes. There's 3 parts to Bolo. There's the South Mine Fault, which is dead in the middle, on the top of the mountain. There's Uncle Sam, which is a past-producing silver asset. And then in the far corner, there's a northeast extension. But this program is just focusing on the South Mine Fault, proving that mineralization will continue down to depths well beyond the previous drill program. The next program in 2020 would be to connect the South Mine Fault with the Uncle Sam previous producer and do about 3 or 4 holes, 600 meters from the top of the South Mine through Uncle Sam to show that those zones connect. So slowly, we're getting things done, but also very quickly, because as a new company, within 4 months of listing, we are drilling, and we'll probably, based on success from this drill program, get right into the further drill program to connect the two zones. So very exciting for us. I'm glad we shot the geophysics. No geophysics were shot on the mountain before, and it really gave us a new idea of how things could potentially be for Bolo.
Yeah, it was an interesting time this summer. We went through the summer doldrums, and even though gold broke out, a lot of the junior gold explorers were basing. And so this was an IPO that came out at 20 cents. And now we've been basing through the summer. There's drilling underway. You announced drilling. There's drills on the property underway at the moment, Max?
Yeah, there's a drill rig right there now. They're finished about 4 holes today, and they're doing roughly 100 meters a day when everything's going well. And so they should complete this drill program, I would say, within a week-ish. And the first batch of results, the first batch of core will be sent to the lab this week, which is in Reno, Nevada. So about a 4-hour drive from Bolo. And they'll have results hopefully for us for the beginning of October for the first batch, and then middle of October for the second batch of results.
And Max, let's talk about a little bit about your background. I know you're a younger CEO compared to this industry. Most of the CEOs in this industry are, 70 years plus, but it's great to see a young and energetic CEO. Maybe you could highlight about your background and also the people that are involved with the company that's on the board, and your geological team, the Apex team that is drilling now. Maybe you could highlight what's so special behind Barrian, the people behind Barrian Mining.
Well, Apex is unbelievable. Apex is run by a guy named Chris Raffle, who's my PGO and director. And they're based in Edmonton, Alberta, but they have an office in Vancouver, and that's how I met Chris. And he does a lot of work. His company did a lot of work for Gold Standard Ventures, for Fiore, New Legacy Gold, a lot of Nevada companies. So they're very familiar with Nevada. They also had some successful work done in the Golden Triangle, British Columbia. If you look at a stock called Benchmark Metals, which Jim Gregg is part of my company, he runs that company. Eric Sprott came into his company on Thursday for $4 million. They just did a financing that is way oversubscribed. Very successful company. The stock's at a high. I'm glad to have him as part of my team. Without him, it would have been a lot more difficult to get the work we had done. And, you really need good people together. And that's what I'm good at, is bringing good people together. So we got a fantastic geo. We got Jim Gregg. We have Brad Telfer, who founded the company with me, who's the son of legendary mining executive Ian Telfer, chairman of Gold Corp, just combined with Newmont not too long ago. Silver Wheaton Precious Metals, another massive company. So he brings a lot of knowledge. Jordan Trimble, who runs a company called Sky Harbor Resources, built a company with his dad in 2010, sold it to New Gold. So, a good board, energetic, and ready to get to work. And I think that's the thing is, we timed it right with Barrian. A year ago, people thought I was nuts doing a gold deal. And, when we signed Bolo, gold was bottom at 1188. When we listed, gold was 1300. And here we are at over 1,500 today drilling. We're literally drilling as gold is hitting new 6-year highs. So timing is everything. We have a board that is ready to get to work. We're not wasting time. We're going as quick as we can to prove up this asset. And not only Bolo, but we have another great asset, and are always looking at acquiring more high-grade assets in the area.
And just, Max, remind us while we still have some time, some of those historic results on the Bolo property. There were some very high-grade drill programs.
Yeah, so 2017, there was a number of holes, 133 meters, 1.3 grams per ton from surface. Within that, 3.5 meters, 30 meters of 3.5. There was, I think, 90 meters of 1 gram. Within that, 40 meters of 1.5 grams. And the Uncle Sam had some amazingly high-grade silver numbers. Like I said, it was a past producer historically, and so we know there's gold on the property. And the purpose of this program is just to show everyone that it goes down well beyond the 133 meters and maybe goes down to 300. So for us, that would be a massive win if those results come out like that. And this business is about taking a risk, just using the best information you can possible. And I think we have the best information, the best geological team, and now we're taking a risk to see if we can succeed.
And to remind viewers and listeners, Nevada is the #1 gold jurisdiction in my book. It's a proven jurisdiction. The BARRF merger, there's a lot of interest in Elko. There's been some great success stories such as Corvus and Gold Standard and SSR. And this is very exciting that there's drilling right now with a new company. And Max, before we conclude here, could you talk to us about how investors can get more information on Barrian and how they can contact you if they want to ask more questions and do more due diligence?
Yeah, no problem. So we also have an OTC listing as BARRF. Any day we'll be getting our DTC eligibility. That's been a longer process, but we're very close to that, which makes it easier for U.S. investors to buy. You can also go to BarrianMining.com. We have photos and videos of the Bolo project with the drill rig on site drilling. Our presentation is up to date. There's an investor fact sheet, and anyone can call me on my cell phone, 604-367-8117. Always happy to have a conversation with an investor or a new investor.
Max Sally, CEO of Barrian Mining, which can be traded as BARI on the TSX Venture and as BARRF on the OTC. Drilling right now in Nevada. Very interesting company. Make sure to do more due diligence. Check out the website, call management. Thank you, Max, for being here with us today. I know you have a very busy marketing schedule coming up, but thanks for taking the time to tell me and my subscribers about Barrian Mining.
Thank you very much, Jeb.